Hello dear students. In the previous classes we learned how to represent an ungrouped data by using bar graphs. We also learned how to represent the ungrouped data using pictorial representation or using numerical representation or using double bar graph. Today we are going to learn something new, which is used. We are going to learn again a type of bar graph which is used to represent a continuous grouped frequency distribution. What are we going to do? We are going to represent a continuous grouped frequency distribution using graph. The graphical representation of a continuous grouped frequency distribution is called histogram. Means if it is a continuous grouped frequency distribution and when you represent it using bar graph, it is called histogram. Now what is the difference between a histogram and a bar graph? After drawing it, we will compare it and we'll find out what is the difference between the two. Here is a data which we need to represent using histogram. What information is given? The marks from 0 to 50 is divided into 5 class intervals with a class width of 10, that is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. And the number of students who got 0 to 10 mark are 10 students got 0 to 10, 5 students got 10 to 20, 7 students got 20 to 30 and 8 students got 30 to 40 and again 10 students got 40 to 50 in between that marks. Now we need to show this using a histogram. Let us see how to draw a histogram. Now for drawing histogram also the first part is the same, that is first you need to draw the x axis and the y axis as we used to draw for bar graph. So let us draw the x axis and y axis first. So x axis and then y axis. Now here we need to show 5 classes. So we can decide how many boxes are needed for one class. So here we have, if we want we can take 3 points for one class because 5 3s are 15. So 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. This point shows the class intervals. So now 0 to 10. So this is 0, this is 10. Then 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. That is we are taking 3 centimeter as 10 marks. So let us write the scale first. On x axis, now it is not compulsory that you should take 3 itself, you can take even 2. So I have taken 3 centimeter as how many marks? 10 marks. So here what are we marking? On x axis we mark marks. So this is x axis and we marked marks. Now let us see what to mark on the y axis. Y axis we are going to mark the number of students and the maximum number of students are 10. Okay. So as if you want 1 centimeter also you can take, 2 also you can take. So let us take now 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have taken y axis what did we do? On y axis 2 centimeter shows 1 student. Okay. So, let us mark here number of students. Number of students. Okay. Now, let us mark here 1, 2, 3. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10 is the maximum number of students. Now, let us see how many students got 0 to 10 marks. In between 0 and 10, how many students are there? There are 10 students who got 0 to 10. So, let us mark that first. 0 to 10 means, you see this portion is showing 0 to 10. So, first let us show on 10, we will show first that point 0 to 10. Then see 10 to 20, how many students were there? 5 students. So, on 20 we will mark 5. Okay, and on 30, that is 20 to 30, there were 7 students. So, on 30 we will mark 7, and 30 to 40 it is 8 students. So, it will be here, and the last one is again 10. So, this will be 10. Now, what is the difference here between the bar graph and the other one is that first we will see, first step is the same. See, first we will draw the line segments joining whatever points we marked to the x axis. See, I have marked all points, I am going to, all the points I am going to join to x axis. Okay, see, third one, all the points. So, all the 5 lines I got. Now, after getting the lines, what we are going to do is, the first one line segment will be joined to the y axis. What is the reason, you know? Why it is y axis? Because on y axis it is 0 here. You see down it is 0. So, 0 to 10 you got one box. Then 10 to 20 will be the other box. So, this first line will be joined to the second line. Okay. Now, third line should be joined to the second line, but here we need to extend it little bit. So, we will first extend it and then join it to the third line. Again, third line should be extended a little to join the fourth line. And the fourth line should be extended to meet the fifth line. So, we got all bars touching each other. There is no gap between the bars. You see here, rather they are rectangles. See here, this is 0 to 10, one bar, 10 to 20, another bar, 20 to 30, another bar, 30 to 40, another bar, 40 to 50, the last bar. All the bars are touching each other. There is no gap between the bars. Whereas in bar graph, there were equal distance between the two consecutive bars. It was necessary to leave some space between the bars. You see here, all the bars are, and second thing, the first bar should be attached to the y axis, and all the bars are showing the corresponding values given, and here again it is the gap, which is, that is the class width is shown here, 0 to 10 is one complete box. Okay. So, this is the difference between a bar graph and a histogram. What is the main difference? The bars are of equal distance, but there should not be any gap between two consecutive bars. So, this is the main difference. Now, let us see another type of histogram through an example. Okay. Here is the weekly wages of people. 20 people are getting 500 to 600 rupees per week. 50 people are getting 600 to 700 rupees. 40 people are getting 700 to 800. 45 people are getting 800 to 900 rupees, and 25 people are getting 900 to 1000. Now, here the class starts from 500 to 600. What is the gap between these two? It is 100. So, when you mark on the x axis and y axis, see here on the x axis we are not going to mark from 100 onwards. Though the gap is 100, we are not going to start from 0, 100, 200, 300, we will not. What we will do, the lowest value will be marked first, and then according to the scale we will mark. So, what scale we have taken is, see, 2 centimeter is taken as 100 rupees. So, what is our scale? 2 centimeter is equal to 100 rupees. The same scale can be written as 1 centimeter is equal to 50 rupees. In any way you can write it. Okay. So, here instead of marking 50, 100, 150, 200, what we have done is, here we have marked it using a jagged line or a broken line can be seen. See, this is a zigzag line, jagged line. It is called a jagged line. Okay. This jagged line shows that we are not showing the number between 0 to 500 here. So, the gap is shown by using the jagged line. What does this show? That we are not starting the numbers, or we are skipping the numbers from 0 to 500. To show that, we show here a broken line. So, this is one difference between them. Now, here the number of people are from 20, 50 like that. So, the maximum number is 50. So, here again the scale is taken as 1 centimeter is equal to 5 people. So, here on x axis this is the condition, and on y axis we are taking 1 centimeter is equal to 5 people. Then as usual what we will do, 500 to 600. So, we will start from 600. Okay. On 600 how much it is? 20 people. So, on that line we will mark 20, and then on the next one is 50 people, that is 600 to 700 is 50 people. So, go on that line to 50, and the next one is 40. So, 700 to 800 is 40 people, and 800 to 900 it is 45. So, here it is 45, and 900 to 1000 it is 25. So, here is 25. Now, first thing as usual what we will do, we will join them to the x axis. The points are joined to the x axis. So, all the points with the help of a scale you join to the x axis. Now, one more difference here is that because we are skipping, the original point is not with the lowest value, what we will do is on the lowest one also you need to draw a line segment. How much long you will draw? The same length as the second one you will draw the line segment, and then remaining all the same you can join it to the first one. And see, in the first case when we discuss the first question, we joined the first bar to the y axis because we started from the lowest value there, that is whatever value was given in the question that was marked here. but here there is a gap, so that gap we need to leave. Whenever there is the broken line, that part you need to leave. Now as usual, you extend the second line and join it to the next line. Now here it is smaller, so directly you can join, and then you need to extend a little for the next line. So join it, extend it first and then join it. Here you don't have to join, means you don't have to extend, so you can directly join it. And then on x-axis what we are showing? Weekly wages. So right here, weekly wages in rupees. And here what are we showing? The number of workers. So right here, number of workers. And what are we showing it? We are showing the weekly wages and the number of people. So here you can give the heading also, weekly wages in rupees. Okay. So the histogram is ready. So what was the difference here? Here when we are not starting with the lowest value, or we are not, see the difference between the bars is 100, and we are not starting with that gap, then when you are skipping some of the beginning values, then we can show it using a broken line. Okay. That's all for today. In the next class, we will work out the exercise.